In November of 2021, I covered the Black Powder Red Earth 28mm skirmish game, a new product from Echelon Software, the writers and creators of the Black Powder Red Earth graphic novels, which is sort of a near future, not quite read from the headlines because they're actually predicting the headline series. I really enjoyed this skirmish game. I thought it was a fantastic addition to Watermelon Ultramoderns. I thought it gave something that was quick and easy to play, except I did have some comments about the actual way it was released, with the complete target package, as it was called, kind of missing something, namely the opposing force. And seeing as that you need two forces to actually play against each other, I kind of thought that was a bit of a thing to be missing out when you're making what's called a complete target package. However, things have now changed. The opposing force have now had models released and are now included in the box. And as I said at the time, I have now actually got my hands on it. Thanks in part to a discount offered by the creators of Black Powder Red Earth, and also thanks to my patrons. I was able to get some money together, get this game ordered, and deal with the delights of the international shipping. Once it arrived, I kind of got to open it up and have a really good time looking through it and playing around with some of the things in the box. This is the first in several issues or videos, so I'm looking forward to really digging in deep. As you can see, there's quite a lot that comes in this box. As well, the figures, there's all the gaming pieces and all the rulebook you'll need. And some stickers, because everyone likes stickers. On the inside the box, there's a very handy card that will actually tell you what should be included in the game, listing off all the components and cards. But of course, the first big component to look at is the radial template. Proudly branded Made in the USA, as most of the stuff in this box is. It's a very useful template to include in the game, giving you a radial template, letting you work out grenades positionings. I really like how it's got the facing indicator, which is very unique for this game compared to others. I do keep pointing out the Made in USA stickers spotted all over. It's very obvious this company's proud of the fact that it makes everything in the US. Next up, we have the components. There are two bags of them. This first one is things like vehicles, it's terrain planters, it's little pieces to sort of make the game board build up, as well as, I'll sing it out, the turn counter. These pieces are really nicely made, actually. I was kind of impressed when I actually got my hands on them. They are not cardboard. They are something very different. It is nice and thick. I tried to bend some stuff later on, you'll notice, but it doesn't bend particularly well. But it also doesn't have that concern that you have where if you snap it. The little sticks in there, I was confused about. I wonder if they were part of pieces when they get printed, and so it was included. These vehicle cards do the job. They're nice. They are the correct size. They provide the interesting tactical problems. They do look very similar to some sort of models print stuff. And as you can see there, just how thick these things are. These are not. This is not cardboard. This is something else entirely. The second bag, same sort of things. These have things like the activation chits. It also has the frag markers. It has the planters in here. Similar things I didn't bother opening up. Cards, however, very impressed with the cards. When I was going through the rules, I really thought the cards are kind of the things you want to get your hands on in addition to the rule book. As much as you want everything, these cards are really, really nice. They have a real nice feel to them. They are quoted as being tear resistant and waterproof. I haven't yet tried it out, but I can believe that from playing around with them. As always, with Echelon, you get this wonderful art on it, and it's the graphic design I think is a really strong suit of this company's products. Nicely printed. Didn't see any errors on them. Didn't see any sort of pulling at the edges or anything like that, which I'd be worried about. So finally, we've got what I think is the big, most important part of this box, which is these layouts. So BPRE 28mm, it's basically designed like a PC game. It's got specific levels. The idea is that you want to be worried about, oh no, has that level turned up? And as part of that, you have these building layouts. I really like this way of doing it. I'm looking forward to playing some games on them. It should be a really interesting way of doing things. But of course, you do need the rulebook itself, and luckily the complete target package does include one as well. This is the rulebook we got last year. It is packed full of information, very simple set of rules, doesn't require massive in-depth if and else statements or whatever, anything like that. Nice comic at the back, showing off the artwork, giving you a feel for one of the night raids, all the cards, all the character profiles as well. Overall, pretty good. Of course, I had to compare, just to make sure there wasn't anything, hadn't sneaked anything in from the Amazon version we were missing in the other one, and I am pleased to report there are no changes. except one little minor one, which is at the very back. The Amazon ones will say printed by Amazon. The main ones will explicitly say where they're printed in the US, which I think is a little nice touch, little way to find out if you're I've been ordering from them directly. Of course, the big draw has to be the miniatures, and so we'll take a look at them now. The new Hongbin and the local forces are obviously pre-retail, but if you look at the retail box, like, there's no way you're confused with where these are from. As you can see, cardboard box. Let's see that's changed soon. So, having pulled out the contents of the Scorch operators, here we are. You can see we've got some bases. These 25mm plastic. Very interestingly, they're not slotter bases, which I was very confused about when I started going through them. I'll cover more of this in the miniatures piece coming soon. This is really more about unpacking, but I would expect kind of slotter bases with figures with slot bases. However, looking at the models, these are very nicely printed out. There's some excess material. Concerning to receive a spare arm, but I'll take a look at the actual models themselves. But overall, really great first impression. I was terrified of finding snap barrels, but they've managed to survive quite well in transit all the way from the States. Now, if we open up the other side, oh, that's a lot of minis. That is a lot of resin. Okay, let's just keep... Wait, I have to fight all of these guys? Okay, yep. And bases. Excellent. So, taking a look, we've got the Enabler with his long-range calling kit and the RPK. We've then got the... I'll come back to them later on. We've got the Mercs. So, again, RPKs. A really nice kit. I really like... One of the things with Black Powder is I really like the difference in how they look. Those are the kind of better local guys, which I'll cover more on the miniatures, and then that is the literal pile of goons to take out. Again, a lot of bases, and again, not slots in them, which we'll talk about. Pulling a sprue out. That's there should be something there. Interesting. Good thing these are not slot-based miniatures, because otherwise I'd be in serious problems with that. Luckily, there's one sprue that came intact. As you can see, these are kind of classic resin prints, effectively, or castings. If you take a look at them, there's some quite nice detail on them. I quite like the posing. The modularization is less about customizing and a lot more about kind of being able to ship them safely. Again, though, I'll get more information on miniatures when I talk about them later on. To conclude, here's it all laid out. These are the bits you want. They're nice. I'm still not decided on if I think the box is kind of too much money or quite not money, but there's quality in every single item in this box. All the cards feel nice. All of the pieces are done very well. You can feel it when you go through it that someone has taken the time to decide to make these things work out nicely. I do have a comment though about the act chits. Looks like some of them kind of misprinted slightly, but it's because the rest of the box is so good. I'm nitpicking little bits. But overall, the unboxing is done. We'll take a look later on and maybe have some more information in the coming weeks about what comes next. So first of all, I've got to say thank you very much to all my Patreon supporters. I don't have many of them, but I've got to say thank you every month for keeping me going. It started off as a real tip jar, and I do want to keep it that way, but it's nice to be able to do new stuff, like take a risk on getting this box ordered, and so we can do a bit more information about it. I don't offer much in terms of specific Patreon rewards, but if you want to join up, I will give you information and updates and more. If you're also interested, there is an accompanying blog post on the main blog about this. I don't want to go fully into the YouTube life. Video making is a bit of a new thing for me. So if you want my complete information, it's all on the Charge blog, which has been the blog that's been around for going on 6-7 years at this point, which is quite good. The blog on this has got some more pictures, and if you want to take just basically to quickly read over, then it's very available. And see you soon.